Hey internet. So I was going through some old things and I found this gem. Some of you might recognize this. This is a second generation iPhone, the iPhone 3G. It came out in I think 2008, and basically during that time only a few people owned smartphones. The majority still owned dumb phones like flip phones and those candy bar phones. Let's see after 8 years how the iPhone 3G runs. So this is it. I think the screen is 3.5 inches, which is even smaller than the tiny iPhone SE's screen of 4 inches. I'm surprised how good condition this phone is after 8 years. Turning it on. I pre-charged the battery before this video since it was completely dead. It takes about a little over a minute to power on, so I'll skip this part. There's an old voicemail left behind. Ignore that. I haven't owned an iPhone since this one, so I'm not even sure about the icons and default apps if the new iPhones even use the same ones. But one thing I notice is the YouTube icon. Is it still the same on newer iPhones? Because that just looks hilarious. It looks nothing like the red YouTube icon I'm used to. Okay, I'm going to remove the SIM card because I'm not even sure why there's a SIM card in here. I think I gave this phone to my dad as a hand-me-down. So it's probably his old SIM card. And yes, this iPhone was jailbroken to work with T-Mobile, hence the T-Mobile SIM. SIM card looking huge compared to the micro SIM. I think newer phones now have nano SIMs, which are even smaller. So this SIM card is pretty much a monolith compared to the newer ones. Okay, let's see if we can get into iTunes, which is the Apple equivalent to the Android marketplace. Seems like I have to adjust the date and time before I can go in. Let's do that real quick. It's been so long since this phone's been used, so the date reset to the year 2000. Okay, the date is set. Time to go into iTunes. Okay, I can't seem to connect. This phone is jailbroken, but I remember being able to access iTunes still, so maybe the operating system is too old. Let's try Cydia. For those that don't know, Cydia was the marketplace for jailbroken iPhones. I don't know if it's still around today or goes under a new name. I'm out of the Apple loop. Okay, I can't seem to get into Cydia. Let's just check out some other stuff. One interesting thing about early generation iPhones is that they did not have video recorders. Only a 2 megapixel camera with a super simple interface. Well, actually, you could get video recording on the iPhone, but it involved jailbreaking. For those not familiar with that term, it's the iPhone equivalent to Android root access. Pretty much I risked bricking my iPhone just to have video recording. The app that allowed video recording on the iPhone 3G is called Cydia, and could only be gotten through Cydia, which requires jailbreaking. You can't really tell how good the quality is because the screen is low resolution, but compared to today's video recording, it ain't good. Okay, still can't access Cydia. Let's see how browsing the internet goes with this ancient version of Safari. Okay, Cauchypotato.com does not work. How about Yahoo? Nope. Google. Okay, nice. Leave it to Google for letting their website be backwards compatible to very old browsers. Let's try Apple. I'm glad to see Apple.com is viewable on an old iPhone. It's horribly slow though. I remember this phone used to be so fast in browsing and viewing pages back in the day, but I think these days websites are just a bit more CPU intensive, so browsing the web with an 8-year-old phone would be a frustrating experience. So yeah, 8 years later, this phone still works and can access the internet. Or, well, some of the internet. iTunes and Cydia don't work, so there's really no way to add apps on this phone through normal means. Also, I wasn't able to test out making calls and sending texts since I don't have a jumbo SIM card. But I'm assuming it still works since 3G towers are still around. Well, that's it. Hope this video was informative to anyone who's never seen the early generation iPhones, or nostalgic for the ones that had them. The iPhone 3G is less than $30 on eBay today, and for anyone collecting, it's a nice piece of history to own. Thanks for watching.